Hello, everyone, and welcome to In the Know 360, show hosted by me and Nat, the warm hearted warrior diva. This show gives you insights on the journeys of high achieving business owners and music artists who share with the audience the importance of building a strong community of like minded individuals on the road to greater success. And tonight, I have the honor and pleasure of welcoming Almight E, E as an echo. Thank you for joining me tonight, sir.
Yes, thank you for having me. It's such an honor. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to the interview. You hear me?
Me too,
Yeah.
especially the music videos. I mean, that like first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for your lyrics, your conscious awareness of the community, and just showing love because that's what it is. We're on this planet to help each other out, support each other out. That's just what it is. At least that's my Annette's opinion.
Yes, ma'am. No, that's my duty. That's one of my purpose is to spread that awareness, that knowledge, and get that love from a music aspect. You know what I'm saying?
Well, thank you.
Okay.
And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and ask who is Almight E?
Almighty, man, Almighty is a interesting character. As we know, Almighty is my stage name. My real name is Elvin, so that's where the E come from. A real old school name. And yeah, man, Almighty is a very spiritual but humorous artist. I like to mix in my personality with my music. So, I always looked at myself and people deemed me as like a philosopher, a teacher, a preacher, you know what I'm saying, basically. So, but I try not to preach too much, but I want to teach, you know what I'm saying? I look at myself as a leader. I'm a man. I like to exude masculine energy and I like to, what I'm saying, uplift my people. So my music really speaks what I am. You know what I'm saying? It's no facade. I'm not perfect, but I'm a person that's striving and thriving to be as righteous as I can, and I'm trying to help my people so we can have a better time on this earth and planet and still have a little fun. So it ain't gonna just be no uptight stuff. You gonna jig a little bit too sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So, Almighty is a well-rounded person. I'm a father. You know, I'm a son. I'm a friend. I'm everything you need to be. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, hopefully I'm not your enemy, but sometimes it can get like that too. So I'm just a regular person who just trying to learn as he go and share my insight and perspective to the world.
Okay, okay. I definitely see it through your music video and just how you, I guess, your cadence and it's intentional, right? But we'll get into that.
Okay.
All right. So let's begin with the story about Almighty E. What drew you, like first drew you into hip hop, and when did you realize this would be your life's work?
Yeah, so as a child, what I'm saying, listening to artists like Tupac, I remember 8 years old, I'm on the bus, headphones, back when we used to have the headphones, the big headphones with the CD player. I'm listening to Tupac shed so many tears. Now I used to listen to that song over and over. And even
Mhm.
as a young Tyler, I used to think like, man, like he got some deep lyrics, like, you know what I'm saying? And it resonated with me so much. So, I always had a thing for just diving deep into topics even as a child. So, I did orchestra. I was in an orchestra band. When I was like in fifth grade, I played the cello. You know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, I played the cello. You know what I'm saying? So, but I never like really thought of myself as like a music artist or something. Like I never really wrote no music or nothing like that. But as I grew older, me and some of my friends and my cousins, we'd hear songs and we'd just be freestyling over them. We just got in the habit of freestyling. And then I went to college and I met a producer and he told me like, bro, like you're pretty decent with the freestyling. You should think about actually taking it serious and start writing lyrics and writing your music. And once I started writing, I became like it became like I don't know. It was just such a different feeling. Like, damn, I actually enjoy doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I enjoy writing my thoughts out and creating a masterpiece with music. And from then on, it became my baby. It's like became my first love. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like it's been an interesting journey. I'll tell you that.
Okay. Yes, I do love Tupac. He's on my
Yeah,
playlist
yeah. You can't
along
go
with
wrong with Pac. You know?
right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So St. Louis, right, is known for its raw talent, obviously.
Mhm.
It's deep rooted in the culture. How did your environment shape your sound and message?
Well, I can say, growing up around my father, and just some of the males in my life. My father was real big on principles and
Mm,
you know what I'm saying, just standing your ground as a man, not being afraid to show who you are and just being authentic. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the main things I try to portray in my music is just being authentic and not being afraid to voice how I feel and how I think. You know what I'm saying? And then also like my father and my mother played a big role in just my mindset. So they always taught me to be a leader, to not follow the crowd. And you know what I'm saying? They always taught me a lot of stuff. So I think I just kind of got that fatherly energy, even in my music, of just trying to, teach and give advice. You know what I'm saying? So just being around that and just seeing, like, I was never like in the streets like that, but I knew street dudes. You know what I'm saying? I was around people that was kind of in the streets and just seeing how my environment was, it was
mm,
like, damn, a lot of us seem like we struggling and we searching for truth and help, but we don't know how to get it. We don't know where to look. It seemed like nobody
mm,
helping us. So that kind, then, right before I started doing music, that's when that Mike Brown situation happened. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? And
mm.
St. Louis was going through a deep grievance. Like the energy in the city
Yeah.
was so powerful and so like heavy.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? So that's what really made me realize, you know what? It's time for me to start speaking out and trying to,
mhm.
make a change in the world.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah,
most definitely.
yeah.
Wow. That is, yeah. So when you say street, do you mean like you just saw people in the environment and how they played out?
Yeah, yeah, basically like, because in certain areas where I was from, everybody didn't have their father.
Right.
A lot of people, was raised in ways where people would consider ghetto or,
Mm,
struggling to pay the bills and you got to eat like a syrup sandwich and just like kind
mm,
of just like raw, like, you know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Like just out here, everybody out for themselves type of vibe. So just seeing that and just seeing how a lot of people used to interact with each other, it used to be a lot of little fights back in the day, people fighting and
yeah.
stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing all that, people stealing stuff, running out the house with TVs and like
Yeah.
I done seen all type of stuff. So, and I
Wow.
did my dirt a little bit, like a little something. And so, just being in that environment, you kind of get sucked in it a little bit.
Mm,
But, luckily I had parents that was on me and trying to keep me on the right path. So
yeah.
it's like I was in it, but I wasn't in it, if that makes
Got.
sense.
Okay. Yeah,
You know what
I
I'm
got
saying?
it.
Yeah. That's
So
right.
you mentioned Tupac, of course, and then also Lil Wayne, J. Cole, OutKast. What did you learn from their artistry, and how do you build on that legacy with your voice?
Good question. Good question. Now, of course, like I said, with Pop, he just had deep messages. Like he wasn't really like a bar spitter or like, you know what I'm saying, metaphorically speaking type of person, but he just made content that really made you think, like
Mm,
really made you really ponder and be in deep thought. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
So I took that part from him. As
gotcha.
far as Lil Wayne was big on the metaphors. We know he can make anything compare. You know what I'm saying? And it was just he just had like this way with his words that I always was amazed by. Like I'm like, man, he ain't really talking about nothing, but the way he putting these words together is like, man. So I most definitely got that part from Wayne as far as how I put my bars together. Now, as far as like uh Outcast and like Andre, like kind of
Yeah.
like a little bit like with the just he had a very different and distinctive way with his cadence. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So I think I was already considered like an outcast in school. I ain't really, I was kind of different. So I feel like naturally my cadence kind of I didn't try to copy him or nothing, but like naturally I just had a different way to approach the beat, like a little bit off beat, a little bit on a different tempo of the beat. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of, and then my tone and my voice, how I rap, it kind of resonates with how his tone is. So
Mm,
everybody kind of compares me to Andre on certain songs. Like, damn, you kind of remind me of Andre. And I didn't try; it just kind of happened, I guess, from listening to him. So yeah, I just took. I think like certain greats that I listened to, it just kind of metamorphs into Almighty. Like just took
mm,
bits and pieces of different people unknowingly that I didn't even know that I was doing, and then it came out as Almighty. You know.
mm. So your name, your stage name, Almight E, came from that, from OutKast per se, or
Well,
like
no.
how?
Well, my original name used to be Almighty Rasta King, right? I used to
Yeah.
have locks. You know what I'm saying? I was real into the Rastafari type of lifestyle. And like the Almighty just came from because I'm real spiritual. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm connected to the Most High, and I feel like it ain't nothing I can't do. So I'm powerful, I'm mighty, I'm Almighty. And the Rasta came from the Rastafari, but a lot of people was getting confused and they thought I was a reggae artist. When they see the Almighty Rasta King, they were like, damn, is he a reggae artist? He finna have some, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that might not be a good marketing thing because I don't want people to think I'm a reggae artist. So I took the Rasta part out and I
Okay.
just kept the Almighty. I'm like, let me just go with Almighty. You know, I was not trying to confuse nobody. I'm like, hold on, man. I mess with the reggaeton, but nah, that ain't what I do. You know, you feel me?
Yeah, when I saw that video, it's at Rasta King. I'm like, okay. So
Yeah,
he's Rasta, like, reggae. That's
yeah.
the
See,
first thing
you
they
know what I'm saying? I done heard a few people say that, so I'm like, one of my homeboys said, you know what, bro? As far as marketing goes, you probably want to think about a name shift. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take that in consideration, and I decided to do that. I think that was wise.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
But I'm sure that you probably can venture like maybe a sample or something with the
Yeah, yeah. I
reggae.
mean, I was trying to like once I was when I was going with Rasta King, I most definitely was trying to kind of do some of them vibes a little bit, even with my voice and trying to portray like what I'm saying, a Rasta, you know what I'm saying. But I'm like, nah, I don't. That ain't the route I'm really trying to go. So I'm like, nah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It looks like real Cosy to be caused by underscore music. Thank you
yeah.
for
Real
joining us.
Cosby. Yeah, what's good, my brother? He's another dope artist. He's dope. He's dope.
Okay. I
Yeah,
gotta tap in with him.
yeah.
Um, so your music, right, strikes a balance between lyrical complexity and
Mm-hmm.
social consciousness, kind of what I was saying earlier. How do you approach songwriting to ensure both elements are present?
Hmm. It used to be a struggle. It used to be a challenge. Cause sometimes I would be like, man, I don't want to come off too lyrical, spiritual, like you know what I'm saying, where I get lost in the sauce, So I used to have to just make sure that I'm teaching and I'm having the bars, but not dumb it down, but make it more socially acceptable where everybody can kind of relate and everybody can feel like they got a place in this. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying?
mhm,
Because that's me. Like I don't just go around just on some like spiritual stuff all the time. I'm a regular person. I like to have fun. I like to dance. I like to do all type of stuff. So I've been really just trying to incorporate me and not try to put on this facade to try to be something. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? So I'm
mhm,
really a person who I'm balanced. You know what I'm saying? I'm a
mhm.
balanced person. So that it just kind of comes a little natural. But at first I was trying too hard to be
Yeah.
like on the more spiritual lyrical side. So I had to kind of tame it down a little bit and say, come on, just be balanced. Just be balanced.
Mm. So
Mhm.
do you meditate? Just curious.
Yeah, I meditate in my own way. Like I don't be like this. Like, I don't do that. Like you know what I'm saying? I don't do that. I just I meditate basically when I'm doing certain things, I fully focus on that thing. And
Okay.
and in that moment I'm living in the now. So
Mhm.
it's like whatever downloads I get while I'm doing certain things, it comes while I'm doing certain things. Like you know
Okay.
what I'm saying? So and most times my meditation really comes when I'm writing.
Oh,
You get what I'm saying?
okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, when I'm writing and I'm in my zone, it's like the spirit just be talking to me, and I get like
Mm.
certain stuff that I come up with. I'm like,
Yeah.
like, I didn't even think I was. I'm
Yeah.
like, that was deep. Like, okay,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So I feel like my meditation come when I actually write music because I'm quiet, I'm in my zone, I ain't
Right.
focused on nothing but this. You know.
Okay. And do you use like a notepad or do you use your phone or
My handy
computer?
dandy phone. Yeah, you hear me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. That's
yeah.
so.
Yeah, I used to write a long time ago, actually write in notebooks if I didn't, you know what I'm saying? But now I use my phone now.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
trying to get on my real Cosby. He don't write no more. He just going up in the studio and it's all off the top. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get on
Oh,
that level. I ain't on that level yet.
I'm sure you'll get there.
Yeah.
So, in an era where music is often prioritized as, trends over substance, right?
Hmm.
How do you stay committed in creating depth and impact in your music?
I've been having just to Cause like honestly, like I was really struggling with that. Like, cause I used to kind of play
Mm,
the fence. It's like I'm trying to get out and be viral and get heard. And
yeah, yeah,
most songs that get out is like club type of songs. Songs you could
right,
dance to.
yeah,
So I was like, damn, like I don't, so I was battling. I used to talk to my father, talk to my mother, talk to my friends, like, man, I feel like I'm not being true to who I am because I'm trying to
mm,
keep up with what they say I need to do.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I used to like battle with that. But after a while, I had to tell myself, like, man, are you doing this just for a
mm,
check? Or are you doing this because you really got something to say and the people that's gonna receive it gonna receive it? You know what
mm,
I'm saying? But like I said, I also learned how to incorporate like basically my beat choices where I can get on
yeah,
beats that's kind of more up tempo, that's kind of a good little jazzy vibe where it don't sound boring and then still give you some knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
mm, yeah.
Mhm.
I definitely see that. You have a gift of how to orchestrate it. Like your videos, are they typically designed by your vision, or do you have someone that kind of incorporates their thought
Yeah, but
process in that?
it'd be a collaborative thing. But for the most part, I have like the foundation of the idea what I'm trying to do, and then
Okay.
they have put in the details.
Oh,
You know what
okay.
I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So I got the idea how I wanted like the I don't know if you've seen the video Free Us when I had three of me and I was out
Yes.
in the field. Yeah. So I came up with basically, the idea if I wanted me three people
Ah,
and I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? So I came up with all that and he just kind of put his twist on it with how he recorded it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
yeah. I like that. Yeah, definitely. I think I have it ready to go in a few, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
pretty
shout out
dope.
to Ethnic Ish and More, my boy Nico. He the one that
Oh
shot my video.
yes.
Yeah, he's a good brother. He has a podcast too, Ethnic Ish and More. He be
Oh
doing it.
yes, that's right. I think I did tap in with you guys that one time. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good brother.
Yeah, he's dope. I think there's another person that maybe I don't know if that's his co-host, but he
Yeah,
did
he
a
has
pretty good
co-host.
show. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Mhm.
shout out to him. And shout out to OG.
Oh, G Mac,
We
what it do?
for sure. He's the one that asked me to reach out to you. So I'm really honored to
I'm glad he did that. No.
looks like Jumpin' Joe the rapper. Thank you for joining us, sir. Um, so do you consider yourself part of like the new wave or of conscious like hip hop? If so, what sets this generation apart from the past or current?
Well, I feel like I'm a good balance between the new school and the old school because
Okay.
I'm 34. Besides the bald head, I don't look that old. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm right at that age where I remember how music used to be, and
Mm,
I see where it evolved from, and I'm still kind of
mm,
in the midst of it. So I'm trying to
right.
keep like some of that nostalgic, the classic. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Hip hop as far as the substance and the
Yeah.
bars, but I'm also trying to intertwine, a new feel of it.
Oh.
Like, most people used to feel like conscious hip hop was boring because of the beats. Like, all these beats are boring. Like, nobody, I don't want to hear it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I realized, like, okay, let me start using some of the newer type beats or
Uh-huh.
beats that's more up tempo and then put my twist on it. And that
Hmm.
way you can blend both of them. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Hmm.
Like a Run DMC and then today
Yeah,
they
type. You know what I'm
stop.
saying? Yes, yes. I'm trying to make timeless music, meaning it could have been played back then, it could be played right now, and it could be played 10 years from now.
Okay, okay. I
You
know
know?
that's right. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
I'm still stuck in the past. I'm still stuck in the whole 90s era,
Yeah, I
80s.
feel it. It was a great era. I was young, but it was a great era. Yeah.
um, so your work, right, speaks not only to the streets but also to the soul. Can you share how your spiritual journey has influenced your creative process?
Yes, yes, yes. Well, on this journey, man, I didn't went through so many different sectors and phases of
Mm,
like different religions or what I'm
mm,
saying, different schools of thoughts,
yeah.
and like and just having trust in like the unknown and
Mhm.
like in that power that you can't see, but it's something that's helped guiding all this out here, right?
Right.
So just paying attention to that and just seeing how when like relinquish control and just put my faith in something higher than me,
Mhm.
my life start like mapping out exactly how I wanted it to. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And then realizing that I have the power too to
Mhm.
create my life and
Yeah.
co-create with the higher power. So
Mhm.
I don't know, it just my perspective on life been just shifting and rising, and it's been helping me to just realize how much power I really have. So
Mhm.
when it comes to music, I'm a creator. I create
Yeah.
music, and I realize that if I can just tap in and be one with my
Mhm.
thoughts and that higher power, it's
Mhm.
gonna manifest through my music. You know what I'm saying? I can evoke those different emotions that'll get people to say, that was
Yeah.
deep. I feel that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. So far, that's how I've been. Like emotionally, I guess I resonated with your music. So, but yeah, definitely felt the emotions and the impact for sure. Um,
Mhm.
at what age or what year do you think that you've like shifted? That whole spiritual awareness.
As far as music goes, or just period.
Just, I guess it's combination, right? It's one and
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, I always kind of been on a spiritual journey. Like my mom actually is
Okay.
an evangelist. Like my mom is an evangelist. So I was raised as like a preacher's child. So I
Okay.
always kind of been a spiritual person. You know what I'm saying? And my
Mhm.
dad, he used to dibble and dabble in like Islam and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Huh.
my father, he actually when I was like 13, 14, he used to tell me and my stepbrother before we can go out in the summertime, we had to read this book and tell him what we just read before we can even
Oh,
go outside. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
So like just my upbringing really helped instill the spirituality and helped me to become one with myself. And then so when I started doing music, I started off on a spiritual kind of path with my music. Like that was the whole point of me doing it, was
Okay.
to, what I'm saying, help people.
Oh, okay. But
Yeah.
like, was there like a phase where it like that shift, where this is how you used to do your lyrics, but now I'm changing it.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
like
most definitely,
like
most definitely. I would say really about 2 years ago. Like
okay.
because like I told you before, I was kind of straddling the fence. I'd be on my
Yeah, yeah.
conscious stuff, but then I'd be on kind of my ratchet stuff. I'm talking about I was
Mhm.
on some real ratchet stuff. But the difference is though, a lot of the ratchet music I made, I never dropped it though. I
Hmm.
just got them. I have a lot of music. I just kept them because my father always used to tell me, remember, the stuff you put out here gonna always be out here. So be mindful of what you put out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I make it just to get it out my system and probably let some people hear
Oh,
it, but I never dropped it though.
gotcha.
So about 2 years ago, I had to make well, about 2 years, a year and a half ago, I had to really sit with myself and say, look, man, you gonna keep being confused and you're not gonna be able to get the audience you need because you steady playing the fence. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just know who you are and stick to that. So
Yeah.
about 2 years ago, I think I made the conscious decision to, you know what? I'm not gonna, my message is not gonna be on that side, it's gonna stay on this side. And that's what I've been on.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
Definitely we do shift through evolution. So I'll
Yes,
be
man.
excited to see like next year because we always change every day, even by the
Mhm.
second.
Yeah, that's fact. That's facts.
Uh,
Man.
it looks like thank you for joining son of a man or son sorry son of man underscore 640 shoot for the stars sent official ENT official. Well,
That's a
thank you
long
for joining.
name.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was like trying to read it. Um so was there like a specific turning point, right, personally or professionally, that caused you to shift from simply making music to creating with the meaning?
So was it a specific time that had me?
Like, you know, yeah, like not just not just
I
rapping
mean,
music because I was about to say some other stuff, but not just that, but like to actually, that whole conscious awareness thing.
well, like I said, it's kind of always been in me, but like I said, like really around the I even say this, cause this kind of what helped. This really kind of what shifted a lot of things for me. When
Okay.
my son was born, which was two
Uh,
years ago, you know what I'm saying? My son, he's two. So once my son came into this world, I realized that damn, I got somebody that's gonna be looking after me. And I want my son to be able to rap my lyrics most of the time. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? So it's
yeah.
like, I can't try to preach to him and teach to him to be a certain way, but then my music says something different. So
Yeah.
I got to lead by example. So that's kind of what really meant. That's kind of where I really start maturing even
Hmm.
more. I'm like, okay, I have somebody watching me, my
Hmm.
seed. This gonna be the
Yeah.
next generation, and then he gonna have something and something. So I need to make sure I'm who I need to be, and I
Hmm.
need to lead by example. Because
Yeah.
a lot of times we was taught do as I say, not as I do. But I'm trying to
Hmm.
change that narrative. Like you gonna do as
Right.
I do, and I'm gonna do right. You know what I'm talking about?
That's right. Hey, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm all
yeah,
for that for
yes,
sure.
yes.
Definitely have to break these generational curses. People say, "Oh, we got to break this," but it starts with you. So,
Yes, that's for
yeah.
sure. That's facts.
Um, how do you view your role, right, as a healer or like guiding through your art, especially for listeners navigating through their own struggles?
Yeah. So I believe that I have a responsibility. I think a lot of
Okay,
artists
good.
have a responsibility. Once you get on the platform and you're speaking to the masses,
Hmm.
you're kind of responsible for how people start perceiving things and start going about their day because as we know, music is very influential. you
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I have an important role out here. You know what I'm saying? Like man, I'm on the forefront. So it's like I'm basically hypnotizing you right now. I'm basically instilling things in you in your subconscious that you might not even be aware of. But if me
Right.
saying these words out loud and you rapping my lyrics, I want you to rap things that's gonna uplift you, that's gonna teach
Mhm,
you and let you know who you are. So
mhm,
I'm kind of gonna be responsible for certain things that you do. Like, dang, Almighty was saying this, and I'm rapping and stuff, and this how I'm going about my life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like we got a duty as artists to be conscious of the things we say because kids gonna probably be listening or even
mhm.
adults and we're gonna be influencing them. So I'm an influencer basically. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
right,
So
right.
yeah, so that's my role. I'm an influencer and I just want to make sure I influence you the right way. That
Mm,
I think is the right way. You know what I'm saying?
okay. Yes, most definitely.
Yes,
Um,
ma'am.
so you've been building steadily since 2015. What have been the greatest like challenges on your journey, and what have they taught you about resilience?
Yeah. So when you said that, the first thing that popped in my mind was constructive criticism, right?
Mm,
Now,
yes.
on my beginning stages of this journey, I was nowhere near where I am at, where I'm at now. And, I used to go on different music review shows, let people hear my music, and some
Uh-huh.
people was very harsh. You know what I'm saying? They were speaking truth, but sometimes the truth hurts. And I had to learn to have tough skin, and not only that, but not take things so personal and get the lesson out what they trying to teach me if I'm trying to grow and be
Yeah.
better. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So it most definitely taught me how to uh not be so emotional, take everything with a grain of salt,
Yeah.
and also, what I'm saying, learn from different people. You know what I'm saying? If I want to be better, and if I
Mhm.
don't learn, I'm gonna just be stagnant. So, constructive criticism really helped me, and it kind of scoped me to, what I'm saying, be more open-minded. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Most definitely.
Yeah. That's good. Being coachable is really good because we learn every day. As
Yes,
long as
ma'am.
we're breathing air, we're learning.
Facts, facts. And they taught me, I'm telling you, they did. And the thing is, some people would say some things to me, and because I'm already kind of like competitive, I'm kind of like a perfectionist. They'd say
Mhm.
some stuff was whack, I go fix it, come right back. What you think now? They say,
Mhm.
okay, that's the type of energy I like. A person where he ain't get mad, he ain't start crying, he ain't like just
Mhm.
dip out. He went to fix what he needed to fix, and he came back. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So it really taught me to, be strong for real, for real.
Yeah.
No, because
What?
as a music artist, what I'm saying, we really take pride in our work. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Oh
our
yeah.
baby.
It
You know what I'm
is.
saying? It's
Yep.
like our baby. So sometimes you can get offended when somebody start disrespecting your baby. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
yeah, but it teaches you to, not everybody not gonna like your music. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Right.
saying? It teaches you how to find your target audience and understand that you have
Mhm.
music specifically for a certain group of people. So,
Mhm.
don't even try to go to the people that don't even like that style. Don't even try to force them to like it. Go to the
Yeah.
people that's gonna be attracted to that naturally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You brought up a great point. I always advise people, like, for instance, when I was in the medical field or public health, if you need surgery or whatever, go to three different doctors or multiple doctors prior
Mhm.
to making that decision.
Mhm.
And it's just like music too, because everybody has their opinion,
Right.
and where you're going might not be that person's cup of tea. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like, your genre or your venture in this music journey might not be what this person is kind of teaching or telling you in their opinion. So
Hmm.
definitely don't be swayed. But if like four people say, yeah, you need to like do
Right.
certain
Then
things,
maybe,
like,
yeah, maybe
yeah,
you need to take that
yeah.
consideration. Like, you know what I'm saying? It might be some truth to that. That's facts. That's facts. For
But
real.
so, how do you define success as an independent artist today, and what does sustainability look like for you, creatively and professionally?
So for me, success is progressively taking the steps towards your goal, and,
Mhm.
and reaching them each step of the way, and not
Mhm.
thinking of an end goal, you know what I'm
Ah,
saying, but
mhm,
just moving forward towards what you're trying to do, even in the midst of challenges, turmoil, when you
mhm.
don't feel like it, you know what I'm
Oh
saying, just
yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying, just still, being steadfast and moving towards your goal even through the obstacles. That's success. You know what I'm saying? Even
Mhm.
like taking baby steps. It ain't like you got to take a big leap. Taking baby
Right.
steps, and doing what you need to do to reach your goals. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Whatever that goal may be, that's successful. You know what I'm saying? And what was the second question you said?
I think you. I think you covered it. Let's see.
About
Let's make sure.
sustainability. I think that what you said
Yeah,
about
yeah,
sustainability.
yeah. How do you, yeah, what does sustainability look like for you?
Well, yeah, basically kind of ties in with that.
Mhm.
Just not letting anything sway you off your path,
Mhm.
and just really conquering fear. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Once you conquer fear,
Whew.
you can sustain anything. You know what I'm saying? And that don't mean the fear won't come. See, courage is not the absence of fear. That's moving even in the midst of fear. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? So once you have courage, and you don't let your fear, you know what I'm saying, halt you, or put you on a
mm.
standstill, you know what I'm saying, you'll be able to sustain anything.
Mm.
If
That
that's what
is,
your heart desire, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's so true. It's pushing past that fear, and it's like, um, I hear a lot of times, like, creative artists, they'll say, "Oh, I have this drawing or I have this music or whatever piece, but I'll just wait. I'll just keep waiting." I don't want to put it out there because it's not ready. It's not ready.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
it's like, what do you tell these? What advice would you give them?
when they
Um,
say that. I would say, well, first of all, nothing would be perfect or what you think is perfect. You know what I'm saying? It's always room for improvement. So if you always thinking like, what else could I do to make it right? You will never get nowhere. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? So I would say, like I said, stop being hard on yourself. Stop being fearful and wondering if people gonna like it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Stop worrying about if people gonna like it. If you're content with what you see
Mhm,
for real, and you know deep down that this cool. Don't let that fear make you think that what, because you will lie to yourself. You will say, you know what, oh, I still need to do some more. You just procrastinating at that point.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
don't procrastinate. You know what I'm saying? Don't be fearful and don't be afraid of scrutiny and all
Right.
that. You know what I'm saying? Just go and put it out there and have
Mhm,
faith in it and let what
mhm,
happens happen. Because
mhm.
if you never put it out there, you never know what can happen. So the longer you wait, you letting time pass you by. You know what I'm saying? So don't,
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? So it's okay to make sure everything is right or whatever, but don't let that be the thing that stop you
Mm,
from moving and progressing.
mm. No, that's so true. I mean, there's one thing to be prepared, right? But then, like, or like analytical about things, but you can overanalyze it, and like you said, it just stays stagnated and doesn't go anywhere.
Right.
Uh, for
Being your
sure.
own way. Being your own way.
And the crazy thing is, uh, you like no matter like how organized you are or what have you, I feel this is just me talking that when you put it out there, right? Like just say for instance, you put it out there, you might have a one-way track of mind where it's going to go,
Hmm.
but then I believe like God, the universe is going to say, nope, that's not what. So I'm going to
Right.
do it this way. It's going to totally shift. Like, nope, I'm going to move you to this location, or I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? Like, take people out of your life, or whatever the case may be. So that way you in the position where I want you to be.
Right. And that goes back to the relinquishing the control. Like, you never know how things gonna play out. And a lot of times I realize that when it comes to creating certain art, the thing that you didn't even like the most be the thing that most people like. You know what I'm saying? You would think that this thing gonna be the thing that pop out, but no, it's this thing that you ain't even think was that good. Like it wasn't nothing to you, but it resonated with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So I say just put the art out there, man. Don't, you know what I'm saying? If it's decent, it's cool. You feel like everything is decent. Don't keep being in your head. Just put it out there because the universe work in mysterious ways. For
Mm-hmm.
real.
That's the truth.
For real. You hear me? Hang around.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, because and just like in reflecting, right? I didn't even know how this podcast was gonna go because it was all about topic discussion at one point. I was just doing it
Mhm.
on my phone, and then it
And
morphed
here
into
we are.
this.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
really interesting.
Yeah, it's like, and I'm telling you, and I know a lot of like creators and influencers or whatever people that created some type of business for themselves. Like we all can see that, like, damn, I didn't even know that this thing was gonna go the way it went. Like I had faith, I took the leap, I made that first move, and then it was like a domino effect. You know what I'm saying? Just things just start, what I'm saying, taking its proper place. You know what I'm saying? So it's like once you do that with one thing, then it's gonna be like that with every aspect of your life. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It'll give you confidence in other areas of your life. For real.
Hmm. That's
Hmm.
so true because, like, everybody wants the instant gratification, but this is a long game. Like, I've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
So it's, like, just because you don't see the views or the likes or the whatever, it's going to come. It's just maybe not right now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But you got to
As
keep going. Got to
long as you
keep
stay
going.
consistent, for sure.
Yeah. So, what are some of the key strategies, right? Like we're saying, mindsets that have helped you to stay grounded and while growing your brand?
Hmm. Well, some of the strategies for me is one, having good self talk. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? A lot of
Mhm.
people, they beat themselves up a lot. And I
Yeah.
used to do it, talk bad to yourself. But I didn't read a lot of books, been on YouTube a lot, and I remember one thing that I heard and learned was talk to yourself as if you would talk to your best friend in a time of need. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying?
yeah.
Treat your like like the stuff that you say to yourself, it matters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So don't call yourself stupid. Don't say you're dumb. Don't say you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pay attention to your self-talk. So that's
Mm,
been one of the main things that I've
mm,
been doing to keep me grounded is to talk good to myself, to uplift myself. Be
mm.
real with myself, but don't be so hard. Like,
Right.
you can have compassion and empathy for other people, but people don't even have compassion and empathy for themselves. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? So I've been having more empathy and compassion for myself and telling myself it's okay. If you make a mistake, it's okay. You're learning. Don't
yeah.
look at it as a loss, look at it as a lesson. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
just a positive self-talk most definitely is one of my biggest factors. And then, besides that, just feeding my mind with positivity, what I'm saying, from outside sources. So, what I'm saying, the things that I listen to or watch on Facebook, I make sure that my algorithm is filled with all, what I'm saying,
Oh,
people that's trying to uplift you or trying to give you wisdom and stuff like that. I'm not tainting my mind with a lot of
right.
craziness. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Right.
not listening I'm not listening to music that's poisoning my mind. I'm trying to listen to music that's uplifting me and stuff. So I make sure the
Mhm,
things that I feed my eyes, even feed my body, is healthy. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Because if you're not healthy internally, you ain't gonna be healthy externally. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to make sure that I be around nothing but positivity as much as I can. Or
Mm,
think when I say positivity, don't mean that stuff ain't happening, but just, things
right.
that's trying to elevate me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's been helping me stay grounded for sure. And then of course my son, every time I talk to my son,
Yeah.
see my son, he keep me motivated to keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Of
Yeah.
course. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I have three of those little.
Little one,
So,
yeah.
well, they're not really little anymore. One is a 20-year-old.
Oh, you got a 20? Okay, they up there.
What
Yeah.
I got the other two. One had a birthday yesterday. She just turned 11. My baby girl. But my two boys. Let's
Right.
see, 12. So 20, 12, and 11. So yeah,
Okay, you got
they.
you a Taurus.
Yes, it got me a Taurus. she keep
Yeah,
she keep people online.
yeah, they don't be playing for sure.
But yeah, so they do are they I can't even talk straight. They are very special and they do keep you grounded and sometimes it's a challenge, but it just keeps you on your toes. So
Most definitely.
so what kind of speaking about legacy, right?
Mhm.
What kind of legacy are you working to build and not just as a rapper, a hip hop artist, but as a leader, a thinker, and a cultural contributor?
Yeah, so I look at myself as a philosopher, right?
Okay.
So I want to leave good trains of thoughts. Like,
Mm,
when people be quoting certain uh quotes from great philosophers, I want to be one of them type of people where, you use some of my quotes as things that help you,
mm,
get through the day. You know what I'm saying? So, and not just that though, because the music is just a catalyst for other things. So I want my name to be a household name. I want I want my son by the time he get a certain age, he ain't gonna have to want for nothing, like actual wealth. Like and he's like, I'm Elvin Haney Jr., he's Elvin Haney the third. I believe that real legacy, real king is through the names too. So
mm.
hopefully he keep the tradition going so we can have Elvin Haney the 10th. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's some king type of stuff
Ah,
right there. You know what I'm saying? So whatever I create, it can just keep, what I'm saying, going and going and going. So y'all gonna see in history books, oh, Elvin Haney the fifth, the great 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 grandson of Elvin Haney Jr., also known as Almighty. Like I want it to be something like that. You know what I'm saying?
oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
like that. I really like
Yeah.
that a lot. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, interesting.
Mhm.
So if you were to have a girl, right, what what name? I'm just curious, like as far as like the queen's perspective.
Mm. I don't know. Honestly, I think once I have me a little daughter, I'm gonna let my little lady come up with that name because I
Okay.
I got my boy. He after me. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
like,
As long as I got that one, I don't care after that. Like, of course, I would want it to kind of incorporate like an E in a name or something like that. But
Gotcha.
really, I just talk that up with the mother and and what she feel with that because, I got my boy and he the third. So but of course I would want her name to mean something. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I would want it to mean something powerful because
Right.
names do mean something. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
yeah, I would want her name to mean something powerful, like empress or a goddess or like what I'm saying,
Hmm.
just a powerful black woman or something like whatever what I'm saying. But I want it to mean something for sure.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So when someone discovers, right, your music for the first time,
hmm
what do you hope they would walk away feeling or thinking?
I would want them to think like, what? He right. I do need to
Okay.
get on my shit. You know what I'm saying? I do need to have self-confidence. I do, you know what I'm saying? I do need to treat others with respect. I
Mhm.
do need to stop, following the in crowd and just doing what the masses say I need. Like I am somebody. Like he right. Like I am powerful. Like I want them to feel victorious when they get done listening to me. Like I'm a king, I'm a queen. Like yes. Like you know what I'm saying? I want them to feel empowered after they
Yes.
listen to my music. Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which we're about to do right now.
Mm.
Well, let's go ahead and dive into the first one.
What we got?
And let's see. It's called No Fear.
Ooh.
Here we go.
Stop playing with me. No fear, no problem. Hey, hey. No fear, no problem. All that fear, get it out of here. I see, I got it. You gotta know what the problem is. No fear, no problem. All that fear, get it out of here. I see, I got it. We can't show fear, but we gotta pray. Going through the years, all I gotta say is that my life could be better, but I won't complain. Need pressure to make goals, so I enjoy the pain. Come up on your dollars, you can make it rain. Believe you can make a way. I remember I was down, I didn't know where to stay. But chunked it up, slept on the bench to see another day. Yeah. Cannot mix snakes with lions. A lot of these snakes be lying. A lot of mistakes from my end. Staying up late from sirens. Sometimes I just hate what I'm seeing. Man, I wanna get straight with my sins. I wanna be great while I'm here. Rolling up 8 with my pigs. Let's live today with no fear. No fear, no problem. All that fear, get it out of here. I see, I got it. You gotta know what the problem is. No fear, no problem. All that fear, get it out of here. I see, I got it. Yeah. Look, walking around on edge to keep your feelings safe. Missing opportunities, your feelings always in the way. Scared to take a risk, never know if you can win today. Mentally in change, you didn't know it's you that caused your pain. No fear, no problems. You see, you solve it. Next stage, evolving. Look, damn, keep the faith and you can make the way. If you don't mind, it don't matter. That's my favorite phrase. Walk it how we talk it, stay true and keep your actions straight. Vibe to the beat, let's keep it rocking like the 808. If they wanna hate, then tell them haters, stay about your face. Know that it's a war, the enemy will always try to take. No fear, no problem. Yes.
Love this one.
I see, I got it. It's Almighty, man. No fear, no problem.
Mm. Bravo. I love this one. Oh my gosh.
That's a little old too, right there. Yeah, I like. That's my mama. That's my grandmother's favorite song from me. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
what do you call it? The lyrics, right? And then of course, you saw the incident behind the scene of what happened. I resonated with it because everybody has that fear and everybody's fearful to push through. It's like for I don't know, a lot of complaints coming in, but there's no problem solved. You know what I mean? I remember my old boss used to say, if you have a problem, come with a solution as well.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because okay, that's okay to have a problem, but you got to okay, what are we gonna do to fix it? Type of
Right.
thing. So you really yeah, I think that's the message I got from it.
Hmm. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, that song most definitely was a real deep felt song. And yeah, I was basically telling people like you got to understand that most of the things that you're battling with, you know what I'm saying, is you're battling with yourself. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Like I said, mentally and change, you didn't know it's you that caused your pain.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm just teaching people and letting people know that, no matter what you're going through, don't let that fear stop you. And remember, take accountability for your life so you can have the power, you know what I'm saying, to do what you need to do. For sure.
For sure.
Mhm.
Okay, so the next one we're about to let's see, get through here. I'm gonna open up. You're gonna see. um, this is really dope. I like you're very in this video. I just like the way you dressed, but not only that, it's like you're in this like government in front of a government building or like a legal court, like an old school historic building.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
what I'm thinking in my mind. But anyway, I'm gonna stop running my mouth. Let's go play this.
No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And every tongue that rises up against me shall cease. Peace is what I speak. I speak life into this world. I speak life into this music. All praise to the Most High. And it shall be done. It shall be done. Look. Depth over fakeness, depth over dishonor. Seen that man dripped up, he caused depth over designer. Trying to hold up an image, dressing like for a persona. Now he feeling like Wayne, his block hotter than a sauna. Could it be? He causing havoc in the street, giving bad energy to everybody that he meet. Really can't be trusted, boy, slicker than some grease. He be starving for attention, now he always in the beat. I ain't trying to point fingers, the worst people can have a good side. Florida Evans vibes, which we all can have a good time. Streets keep you running in loops. I know that hood tide. Ray J, they got one wish a nigga would slide. Damn, was it all worth it? You like being behind bars? My bars all behind verses. The blind leading the blind. Let me be your eye surgeon. Put your faith up in God, but don't be trusting all churches. Hey, let those who have ears, you know the rest. I hope you get the message. Look. You moving, but it's backwards, steady moving with the masses. Would you die over that chain just to wear jewels up in the casket? Your son's school, they call them names to know it's truth that he's a bastard. Now he filled with lots of anger. Damn, now he popping with them bangers. Now he watching for them strangers. 7th grade with hella ops. Why you even know that language? You supposed to be a game with cold world you living in, boy. You living like a penguin. Huh. You still young, I hope you analyze. A hard head can make us so fast, now you paralyzed. A crisis going on in your hood, but this is worldwide. Overseas, they dying for that check to get verified. Could it be? Depth over designer, man. And the crazy part is, if it ain't somebody stealing or robbing or trying to take to get some materialistic shit, man, we be killing ourselves over that, man. Stressing, trying to uphold an image that society says we need to live by. Let's get better, man.
Woo, that just gave me chills.
Mm.
Mind you, I watched it before we came online. So this right here, like, oh my gosh, I still have chills from watching it.
For sure.
Definitely hits home. Because this is a rat race we live in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the Matrix. I know it's probably cliche, everybody's saying Matrix nowadays, but
That's true.
it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this, right? We came on this planet not with clothes on our back. We just came naked into this world, and we weren't taught all these different things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And technically, your creativity is supposed to be what you're fulfilling. You know what I mean? The mission on this planet and what we're supposed to be doing when it comes down to it,
Mm-hmm.
not like a man-made position or what have you. It's
Mm-hmm.
how to evolve, how to help each other, support each other, and build a community. You know, where we all build like a farm, where we, you know what I mean? I know I'm
Yeah.
thinking, I'm
Nah,
into
you're right though.
agriculture stuff, like, you know,
No,
like, okay,
that's
I'm
fact.
growing tomatoes this week. You're growing
Yeah.
some, grapes. Let's
Yeah.
exchange, you know?
Let's exchange. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I agree. You know what I'm saying? Looking out to society, especially with like social media now, and everybody seeing how people seem like they living their life, and everybody say, "Oh, I want to live like that. I want that car. I want them that diamond on. I want," you know what I'm saying? And it's like it's cool to, if somebody created it, so it's cool to like cool things, you know what I'm saying, but not at the expense of your own integrity. You know what I'm saying? Not at the expense of your own health. And you know what I'm saying, you
Mm,
stressing because you feel like that, oh, I don't have the latest fashion that they got, so now I'm not as cool as these people. Like, your confidence is coming from stuff instead of internally. You know what
mm,
I'm saying? And it's causing you to feel like, well, if I don't have it, I need to go take it from somebody that do got it.
mm,
So I'm trying to spread the message like, man, that's not the way to go. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it. It don't mean anything. It only means what we make it mean. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that part.
yeah,
Because like if you give energy to it, then it just magnifies.
right.
It's so true. And
Yeah.
like your perception is your reality. So if you're thinking, hey, I gotta have the latest bling or whatever, that's your perception. And then it builds these generational curses.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And like then you wonder why your kids or whoever is acting a certain way, because now they can't get Susie or whoever can't get this toy or the latest electronic or whatever the case may
Yeah.
be.
You know how many parents be depressed around Christmas time because they feel like they can't get their kids certain things, and now they literally stressed out over a man-made holiday. It's like, come on, man. It's like, it's cool. Like, you can indulge in it. It's like, I'm not saying you can't participate in
Right,
worldly
right.
things, but don't take it so seriously to the point where now you causing something that's fictitious and man-made to make your actual physical body be stressed, to now you
Mhm.
might cause yourself to have a heart attack, or you might be
Yeah,
bald like me eventually because you're stressing out and ain't got no hurt. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. It's not worth your health, your mental health, which is very
yeah,
important. It's not
yeah.
worth it. You know what I'm saying? For real.
That's so true. I love that song. Well, we're gonna play a couple more because
Okay. I
I
ain't
had
heard those songs in a minute, so it's bringing me back a little bit. Like, man, okay.
okay.
Yeah.
And this right here, can you tell the audience this one, this song?
Yeah, so that was actually it was called $1 Million Challenge. It was from the podcast $1 Million Worth of Game with
Uh-huh.
Gilly and Wallow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They
Uh-huh.
had they had a with Timbaland, they did a little collaboration. They had a
Ah,
challenge. You know what I'm saying? They had a challenge, so they had a beat that everybody had to get on. And
uh-huh.
I just, I did my thing on it. This is my little take on it.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, let's play it.
Aye, peace to the God. A king on the mic, a lot of passion like Christ. If you think I ain't the one, then you better think twice, alright? Ain't talking candy, high beats the beat like Mike and Knight. Whoa. Don't try to copy my style, might get a copyright. $1 million worth of game, integrity over the fame. Pain really helps me grow, I know we ain't hurting the same. I had to up the score with truth, now I'm hurting the game. The joint popping, but don't need a nurse or a cane. No oxycontin or a moxie popping, I just drink my herbs. Don't need the doctor's office, now the coppers watching. They hate when you natural. They created cameras just to capture you. Meditation fuel you and laughter too. I'm on a high rise, I had to change my timeline. My path was kind of scary, didn't want to end up on sci-fi. Heal the inside so you enjoy the outside. Kill the ego, you can grow without pride. All praise to the Most High, that home needed ghostwriter. You see my drive look like I'm ghost riding. Ghost ride the whip, ghost ride the whip. Hey, shout out to E40. Shout out to Timbo. $1 million worth of game is almighty.
I love that. Oh my gosh.
I
That is
appreciate that.
You say you don't need that. I got my herbal.
Yeah, you hear me? I say I don't need the doctor's office. I got my herbal tea right here, baby. What you talking about?
Oh my gosh, I love it. I mean, just like, okay, so that flow, you have different flow. I don't know how to explain it.
Mm-hmm.
Like this one was like you going hard. It kind of like remind me a little bit of DMX because I love DMX. So,
Yeah, I mess with X too. Yeah. Yeah, you know, like the beat, you know, I look at the beat like the woman, right? And it's like a dance. So depending on the type of beat, it depending on what type of dance we're gonna do. And I just follow her lead and then I do my thing. So the beat brings out different personalities in me, for sure.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
That's true. Cause like if you doing reggaeton, that's different. And then if you're doing hip hop, that's you know what I mean? Like
So I try to really compliment the beat. You know what I'm saying? I try to compliment it in my style, but compliment it. And that's how I can come up with all these different styles because the beats be different. So shout out to all the producers because y'all most definitely helped me. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real.
Yes, I love it. Oh my goodness. Okay, the next one that we're about to play.
You coming out the woodworks with them. I'm like, okay.
Look, I had it set. I had it ready. Heart to heart. Y'all. You're gonna like this one.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Hey, all my music artists out there. Hey, I think we gotta start being more mindful of the content we create, you know? Sometimes we don't understand how influential we are. Right? Look, he 8 years old, rapping like Pooh Shiesty. They saying it's just a song, don't worry, he won't move like him. Now understanding hip-hop is hypnotizing. Play that back in blood in the club, best believe they start fighting. What you plan in your mind is gon' ripen. Exposing your child to all this crazy shit is so trifling. Once you speaking that real, they start whining. Got this cancel culture, they silence you if they don't like it. Hey artists, what are we doing now? It's power up in your words. You can move a crowd. You got a voice and that voice influence a child. Even adults see you move and they copy your style. We don't want to take responsibilities for our actions, but that's the unwritten rule when you had started rapping. Nigga did a drive-by, pulled up, listened to trappers. I bet you Isley Brothers wouldn't have got the same reaction. It's a chain reaction. It seems like pain we after. I mean, there's too much going on, so nah, I ain't relaxing. Too many chain snatches. I think this game backwards. You out here dying to live to make your gang happy. Damn. I mean, every single song I hear is obstacles that bang after. Damn. Niggas happy when they kill somebody, dog. That's a strange laughter. Hey, yo, artists. Yeah, all my music artists. Hey, what picture are we trying to paint, man? What legacy are we trying to leave behind, man? I think we need a change, you hear me? Yeah, on the bright side, we can change. Let's have a heart to heart, I bet you feel it in your veins. Just look up in my face, tatted up, talk with a slang. That mean I'm just like you, we one up in the same. We all started a baby, started with pure intentions. I know it's real in you, don't let the fear get you. Don't be afraid of your potential. We can have fun and talk about real issues. I'm making this out of love, not even trying to dish you. We all got one thing in common, that's instrumentals. So let's be a little more wiser how we deliver. Can we not have fun without pulling the trigger? Is that the only thing you wanna envision? Would you say or do anything just to get richer? Is this how you wanna portray yourself in the picture? Do you wanna leave this earth and this how you remember? I got faith in y'all, man. Y'all still my niggas.
That is fire.
Right.
I need to push that one. That's fire.
Oh, they gave me this. Woo. Almighty, y'all. Almight E. Woo! Man, I'm
Man,
waiting for a part two and three, a compilation, a whole album based on that. For
man.
real.
I know I need to put like I ain't pushed that hard enough. I'ma still revamp it. I'm gonna push that because that's a good song
Please.
right there. That's the message we need to hear right there. Damn.
Ooh, I'm still feeling the chills. You just
That's
you
good. You
evoke
finna make me feel some chills now. Yeah.
you evoke that chill. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
man, he really talking to us.
Yeah. For
Like he
real
really
though.
talking to
For
us.
real. Like that's crazy. Sheesh. Yeah, that was
Oh my
dope.
goodness.
Thank you.
So
I'm gonna have to go listen to that again. That was dope. That was dope.
we can run it back.
Nah, you ain't nah, it's all good. They gotta go
I
look at
love
it
it.
for themselves. Tell them
That's
go
it.
see it themselves.
That's
Yeah.
true. Oh man. So when you first made this song, right? Was it a download that came through when you were writing your music?
Yeah, most definitely. It came through. Like once I get in my zone of writing, it literally just flows. Like some like literally I didn't had times where how you getting chills right now, certain downloads are coming,
Ooh,
I get chills. Like, damn, like it made me feel some way. Cause it's not coming from me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
coming from the source. I'm just the vessel that it's coming through. So when I get it, it makes me feel some way like, damn, like
Mhm.
whoo, like I felt it. I'm like, ooh. And then because I have so much passion,
Mm.
my voice just amplifies it even more when I'm rapping. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the
Yeah.
impact of it, like I said, it evokes that emotion through how cause I feel it. So it's like it's
Mhm.
not something I made, like I feel it when I'm rapping it. So it's like
Mhm.
you gonna feel what I feel. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? And so it's like, yeah, them downloads be crazy. Like literally,
Mm.
it's been times I'll be writing, like even for that song, I'll write and I feel it so much, feel like I'm finna shout. I had to put the pen down or the phone
Oh.
and walk around for a second just cause the energy be so high.
Ooh.
I be
Ooh.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
The do you have you ever like woken up out of your bed like something just you know what I'm saying? Like you're like sleep. You're just sound asleep. Then all of a sudden like you wake up and you're like, oh, I
I
got the
ain't had
message
really
and
that moment, but I have had moments where literally I recorded like 6 songs in one night. I didn't sleep at all. I was just up all night, just steady writing, just like I couldn't sleep. It was
wow.
just heavy on my head. So I'm just steady writing, like
Mm,
6 songs, 7 songs in one night, just writing and recording it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I didn't have some of those nights.
Mm. Have you ever had a dream where they say, stop doing music?
A dream that said that stop doing music?
Like stop doing music or like, like I say forces, right? Or entity, whatever you
Yeah,
want
trying to
to
get me
call
to
it.
stop doing it.
Yeah, I don't want you to write music anymore. Well, I had an episode where it was like, I don't want you to do the podcast anymore.
For real? Trying to throw you off your
Yeah,
square, huh?
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I didn't most definitely had those little, those little negative thoughts come like, you got somebody on this shoulder, somebody on this shoulder. I most definitely had those thoughts to tell them like literally I didn't have them like definitely within the last 2 years, it was coming stronger. Like, man,
yeah.
what about this not for me? Maybe I don't supposed to do this. Maybe
Mhm.
this not the path. Like everybody doing
Yeah,
music. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doing music. You're gonna just give, you know what I'm saying, be watched in between everybody. Like nobody gonna hear you, nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
maybe you got a son now, you know what I'm saying? You need to find something else to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? I done had all
Mhm.
those thoughts try to get me. And I almost gave up. Like I literally almost gave up on it. But something in me like,
Oh
no, you
man.
can't give up. Cause this your calling. Like, if it's your calling, it ain't nothing you can do about it. Like it is what it is. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No,
Yeah.
that's true. No, I had a dream where somebody like was talking to me and said, "You need to stop this."
Damn, for
Like,
real.
yeah, you need to stop this right now or something
I
like
hope you
that.
gave him an uppercut. Like, damn, get
Yeah.
out of here.
For real.
Yeah, you know what I'm
I
saying?
was like, what are you talking about? Goodbye.
Yeah, like nah. That's how the enemy try to get you though. It try to it come in your dreams when they feel like you're more weaker or you know what I'm saying, you ain't as strong as you need to be. So
Mhm.
the enemy will, when I say the enemy, the forces and stuff will try to
Mhm.
attack you in your
Mhm.
dreams for sure. Cause they feel
Mhm.
like you ain't got no control. You know what I'm saying? They try to get your
Yeah.
subconscious. So yeah,
Yeah.
you got it though.
It's
For
crazy.
sure.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it amazed me. There's only certain. How can I explain it? I haven't had. I would say. I mean, I've had chills before from songs, right? But like your song, especially listening to I mean, looking at the video and listening to you, like I've never had those chills, like chilling experiences.
That's powerful.
I have to, let you know that it's that's how it's like, you're just watching it, you're listening to it, you're like, okay, and then you're like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm listening, I'm focused.
Yeah. Now that's what's up. That means a lot, man. That mean the Most High is working how He need to, cause that's my purpose. Hopefully, people get the chills or they get something out of it. You know what I'm saying, and it makes them feel a little better, feel a little bit more whole. Like I look at my music
Yes,
as the real soul food. You know what I'm saying? It's real
yes.
soul food for your soul,
Mhm.
for
Mhm.
sure. I'm trying to feed your soul, so yeah, you gonna
Yeah.
feel it for sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for that. So, what upcoming projects are collaborations or ventures that should fans and listeners know about?
Okay. Well, as you know, I just got signed to 1017 Brick
Yes.
Squad. So right now we working on trying to figure out what single am I finna push. Now,
Oh,
OG don't know what single it is, but I got the single in mind already. So me and him actually gonna we gonna talk and link up tomorrow and talk about what single I'm trying to push. So I have a lot of music coming up. I'm trying to tell you. So right
okay.
now, because I just got signed to a label, we're trying to, what I'm saying, get everything situated in order, how we want to go about pushing me, the demographic I need to go to, setting up tours. So just everybody stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be letting y'all know a lot of different details very soon. And soon I will be dropping a single, and this single is gonna be what I'm gonna be pushing to, what I'm saying, let y'all see who Almighty is.
I
And this
love
one
it.
actually is a fun song. It's like more of a fun song. It's like a song where it's kind of fun, it's kind of funny and it's relatable. So, I'm
Hmm.
still speaking a
Okay.
little bit and I got a feature on it, actually. He's from St.
Ah,
Louis. So yeah, be
okay.
looking out for that. Yeah.
I'm excited. Well, make sure you share it, tag it with me. I'm gonna share it. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
of course you're gonna come back. I mean, we got
Yeah, of
how to
course.
talk about these
Yeah.
new songs that you're about to drop.
Yeah. I love the vibes. Yeah.
And any events or anything like in local events or tour or anything you thinking in the future wise?
Well, I think I'm finna be doing an event at this. It's gonna be like a festival slash fashion show in St.
Uh,
Louis.
Okay,
So, I actually just spoke with the man yesterday, and we probably finna arrange something. So I think this gonna
okay,
be in like July.
July. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
you know what I'm saying? Something like that. I gotta look back at it. But yeah, so that's about the only thing right now that I got, working on. But besides that, I'm trying to set up a tour. Like I'm trying to go on tour. It's about
Yes,
that time. I ain't never been on tour yet. So I'm trying to set up a tour, go to different cities and let them know what it do.
yes,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
And might put on a suit or something. I feel like I'm a preacher anyway. I might start wearing suits all the time, and that's how I'm gonna start coming on the mic with a
I
suit and
love
a
it.
hat. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I definitely love that attire that you had for
Yeah,
sure.
appreciate that. Yeah. Mhm.
So, if you had to leave a message, right, for the next generation of artists, something that's timeless, what would it be?
Okay. First, I would say be authentically you. It's okay to get inspiration from other artists, that you looked up to, what I'm saying, but be authentically you.
Mhm.
Mean what you say so that the people can feel it, because if it don't really resonate with you and you just saying some other people's story, then it's not going to resonate with other people. So you know what I'm saying, realize that the emotion behind your voice is what's going to evoke people to pay attention to you.
Mm.
You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? So make sure you really believe and feel what you're saying. And also
Mhm.
just be mindful. I can't tell people what to rap about, what to talk about, but just try to be mindful of the things you say, because we are listening and people are listening. And
Mhm.
you want to leave something behind that people gonna remember, that they're gonna say, yes, this artist helped me. You know what I'm saying? Get through some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's a fun song, it could be a fun song. It don't got to be all deep, but just make sure you've been true to who you are and you're always trying to evolve and elevate.
Mm,
And I'll just leave it at that.
I like that last part too because it's like, you have to be who you are in front of the camera and behind the camera.
Right.
Because if the two don't marry up, then what is it? What are you doing it for anyway?
Yeah, they gonna be able to sense say, oh man, this person a phony, they fake. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that a lot of consumers don't like. They don't want somebody that's trying to fake the phone. You know what I'm saying? They
Hmm.
want you to be who you say you are, even though, you know, as far as entertainment, yeah, it's kind of like a character in a sense. But I don't like to look at mine as a character. I feel like Almighty is really me though. That's me. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to give you me. So I feel like give the people who you are and you will have a solid fan base and core base because they gonna be with you through thick and thin because that's who you are. You want to
Yeah.
attract people that really want you for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So don't pretend out here. You know, don't
Hmm.
pretend.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Mhm.
So, how was your experience with NNL 360, Ben?
Say it again. My experience with what?
Oh, how long? I mean, how was your experience with NNL
Oh, and then
360?
oh man, this been a great experience right here. I love the bubbliness of your energy. You know what I'm saying? You
Thank
have a
you.
good vibe. You know, you make me feel welcome. And I'm
Thank
sure
you.
anybody that come on this show, they feel good, they feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And you did your homework. You really did your homework. So I appreciate that. And you brought back music that I ain't even heard in a minute. And they really need to hear that. So I
Mhm.
love the experience. I most definitely can't wait to come back again. And hopefully next time you see me, I maybe have a Grammy or something. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes.
we're gonna speak that into the
Yes.
universe. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure your platform gonna grow even bigger and even broader, you know what I'm saying? So I'm here for the journey, you know what I'm saying? For the journey.
Same here. I
Yeah.
can't wait. I'm super excited for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Are there any people you want to shout out for too?
Yeah, most definitely. I'm gonna shout out you for
Oh,
having
thank
me out here because it was a blessing. I want to shout out my parents, man, my parents because people take their parents for granted, and what I'm telling you, like I'm so grateful for my parents because they are part of the reasons why I'm here today. You know what I'm
you.
saying? So shout out to my folks, shout out to my son, shout out to my little lady. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that played a part, because I can't name everybody, but shout out to everybody that played a part and that I met on this journey because
Mm.
y'all all have taught me something knowingly or unknowingly. I have learned
Mm.
something from each and
Mm.
every one of the persons that I have encountered, especially people that I had close. Shout out to my homies, the old squad I used to be with, Do It Live. Shout out to them because they helped mold me to who I am. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to any teachers that I had in school. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everyone that I've met in my life because believe it or not, y'all always gonna be a part of my story because I
Mm.
met y'all. So anybody that I met, I appreciate because I took something from that. So shout out to you for real.
That is so true. Now I'm getting flashback of my old teachers in elementary
Yeah.
school.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody played a part in my journey. So hey, I appreciate it. For real.
For sure, for sure.
Oh, and shout
Uh,
out to the squad.
oh yes.
OG Mac Drummer, what
Oh
it
gee,
do?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
shout out to the squad. Mhm.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to leave the audience with?
Yeah, man. I just want to say, like J. Cole say, love yours. You hear me? Love
Mm.
yourself. Love everything about yourself, the good, the bad, the ugly, because it's you. And you got to be with
Mm.
you 24/7. So learn to live
Mm.
with yourself. You know what I'm talking about? I
Yeah.
don't care what endeavors you doing on this earth. Learn to love yourself, learn from yourself, learn from others, and
Mhm.
just have fun, baby. And we gonna leave it at that, you know?
That was a mic drop right there.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking
For
about?
sure, sure. Oh, okay. So be sure to subscribe to Almight E and in the Know 360. Don't forget to like, comment, and share all the episodes of In the Know 360. We're on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and I think
Everything.
that's it. Yeah, basically. And I want to give a shout out to Warriors Talk, Black Dynasty ENT, Tony's Talk Showcase, Driven Paper Next Level, Beats by Yo Boy, Crushed Ice Entertainment, WKYJ Radio Live, King's PR, King TV, and We Outside. And please, let's continue to support the Unity for Social Justice. Let's free Monster Yo and all our brothers and sisters that need our support. This has been a broadcast of showing love full circle between NNO 360 and Almighty. Yay!
Yeah. Yeah.
I need a hook for liquor. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, sir. I really appreciate you.
Likewise, likewise.
And I'll keep me posted, okay?
Yes, ma'am. It was good talking to you. You hear me?
Same here. All
All right.
right. Salute.
All right.